So welcome back to the Western Province Cricket Club in Cape Town for the 2022 World Cup over 45 match between France and Malaysia. So we had rain earlier today at the 8:30 game, England versus South Africa. But the sun's come out. There's a southeaster blowing, which normally blows all the rain clouds away here in Cape Town. And this is the Pool B clash. We've just seen Zimbabwe beat the USA 4-2 and South Africa and England play out to a 1-all draw as we get proceedings underway in France in their famous blue shirts playing against Malaysia in yellow. So France through Moreau, who plays it out wide to Montecourt. Looking for a corner early on, using the space nicely down the right-hand side. Moreau goes aerial route, but can't find Sendless on the left-hand side. So Malaysia captained by Kuhan, number 5. And the captain is also number 5 for France, is Nicolas Bloch. Bigger downfield. And Malaysia now have got space on the outside, and they've got a good circle entry and smash it, but goes in for the big smash, but ends up topping the ball, and it's an easy save for number 31, Lucif. Bruno Lucif, the French goalkeeper. Kuhan, the captain, just losing possession for Malaysia. And nicely worked out down the right flank for France. Cordelier instrumental in that midfield area there. The French are already showing signs of good control, ability to use the wide areas of the field. But Malaysia also good on their counter-attack. Always been the kind of side that counters well with speed and skill. France work their way into the D. Look to set up a corner reverse stick hit. No infringement. And Malaysia will break out. Faria intercepts. He looks for the far post shot, smashes it in, looks for that deflection from Barbet Carrera. It's just blocked and goes out for a long corner for France. Good start again to that left-hand D area. Oh, little touch. And Cordelier gets himself into a good space, but just can't finish. Malaysia go aerial, looking for their strikers. Brilliant, brilliant delivery. And now, keeper comes up wide. And it's play on. The umpire at the stage I was wondering if he was going to signal to the spot or a short corner, but he reckons the ball was played. And Bruno Lucif does well to come out and tidy things up as Saidin on the counter-attack had that one-on-one with him. Big man in goal. Bruno Lucif. Posing man. Came out very, very well. Got on the reverse stick and dealt with that very incredibly well. So Montecourt gets the ball back. Good platform set for France. Using the wide area as well into the midfield. Moreau on the ball now. He looks long. And picks up Lebray. But the infringement takes place. So good build-up play, and then looking to hit their high-lying strikers. Lebray made a good run into space. And Kuyan now. up to Ishwara Patham, who comes through the midfield now. He's played quite a few long balls out. We've noticed that Saydin is up high, and he looks pretty dangerous. He's had a couple of chances now. He's had one to strike, which he's topped, and another one saved by the keeper. So the tactics are to throw that long ball, hit that long ball. France a bit more measured in their style. Very, very nice ball found. Cordelia pops it into space. So two contrasting styles here today. Bloch on the ball. And still they probe that left-hand D. Top. Shot comes in. But there's an infringement that takes place. So this is about the third time they've hit that left-hand baseline on the tee. And got themselves in quite a dangerous area to set up the hit. So quite an impressive start for the French. And now, poor delivery out the back. The French will come back at and picked up by Ishwara Patham. So poor delivery into the circle by the French. And here they go, the aerial route. Looking for Chiramazdi, but well dealt with by the French. Nice ball pace early on in this game. Good presence in the midfield as well. Good control looking out. And they'll change and go right again. Good idea. Bloch on the ball. Always dangerous when a man goes down on his knees. Kuhan played into the area. And Vanelli Klou just had the chance there to flick it into the top corner, but it just misses it as it comes across. So plenty of chances now for France early on. They've used the left-hand side wide well. They've used the right-hand side. They've used the double switch. Played in. And a short corner conceded by Malaysia. A couple of the players upset about that. They're saying that they were good flat tackles. Umpire says no. There must have been a foot somewhere there. Short corner number 1 for France. So Moreau, the number 9, seems to be on the first castle. And Cordelia on the second. And the injection is going to come in from Montecor. And the straight hit comes in, and it's a goal! So, number 9, Moreau, strike, gets a slight deflection, and France are 1-0 up. Very hard, well-struck ball. And they're 1-0 up in the first quarter. And good purchase for all that possession, all that attacking play that they've had so far in this game. Malaysia seem to be a little bit susceptible out the back. Just making some unforced errors. Here again, good pressure from France. Lovely interplay, but that final pass just doesn't go to stick as he tries to find Baba Carrera. Malaysia go long again. Umpire says the French player was not 5 meters, so there will be a reward of that free hit, and Malaysia can now regroup. Seen plenty of unforced errors out the back for Malaysia, and they need to tidy that up. So Kuan, the captain, plays it wide. France are easy for them to step into those zones, as it's a 50-50 ball that is played through by Malaysia. Good counter-attack again into this left-hand side area, and they get the short corner. So it's all one-way traffic at this stage. Malaysia struggling to get the ball out the back. France stepping beautifully into space, intercepting ball, coming back at them at pace. And you can see this French side is full of running, full of skill. They just scored a corner through number 9, Moreau. So will it be more of the same? Goes to Castle one, goes for the flick, goes back to the injector, but it taps hits his foot. Malaysia still struggle to get out of the back. Quite an abrasive tackle there from Lebre, who disputes that. French still have possession. Varia gets it out wide, lovely skill. Down to the byline, the cross comes in and just needed the tap. Just needed that little tip in. And Cohen just can't get that touch. Cordelier has got good pace down the outside, and he's been attacking that zone all afternoon. So ominous signs in this first quarter for Malaysia. Again, the pressure coming from the French. Malaysia struggle to get the ball out the back, and they do so now, get it wide, but passes are few and far between, and they're relying on individual skill to get the ball out, and it's intercepted once again. Van Liclou putting lots of pressure on the Malaysian outside wing-backs. So the umpire's stamping his authority on this game, saying, boys, leave the ball after the whistle. Van Liclou moving in with some silky skills and wins the corner for France. He's made a very good impact since coming onto the field. So Moreau is not on the field, so you would think maybe Cordelier would have a shot at goal. Oh, sorry, he is. I just noticed he is, Moreau. Will they use him at the top of the area again? They've gone to the injector. Or will it be the turn of Cordelier? Two castles set and a wide runner. It goes to the second castle, and everyone leaves the ball. So miscommunication there by the French. But they still are on attack. A little bit of shielding going on there. Umpire says play on. Connection, good play. Malaysia look to come out of there and have some much needed possession. Verrier and Van Liclou have been very dangerous with the Cordelier up front in these opening stages of the game. And it's Cordelier. Good skill, open face, comes back on it, looks for the far post. Well dealt with by Adam. And they just push the ball over the side. France will come again at them. The ball has to be put on the line. So they'll retake that hit from the sideline. Send us on the ball now for France. Out to Verrier as they look to build play. Bloch, the captain, to Moreau, who turns nicely, gets his eyes up. They go for the big dash long. But Rustam from Malaysia is equal to the task as he comes in and just gets in front of the French attacker. So just over 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter, and it's all been France. And they've only got one goal for all this effort. Looking to capitalize one more time before the hooter. Senless wins the ball for France, and it comes back through Verrier. Verrier keeps control, looks to play to Sandlinson. Sandlinson, just a mistrap from him. Kahan goes high. So the only tactic in the armory at this stage has been throw long aerial balls to their high-lying strikers. And France have dealt very, very well with it. Their keepers come off the line twice to smother any attacks. But there's been a lot of control, very good control from France at these early stages of the game. Captain Bloch moves up. And the execution of that pass just isn't right, and all the impetus is lost going forward. Plenty of possession for France, plenty of go forward, plenty of opportunity to suck players in the midfield and then play wide and use their pace around the outside. Malaysia then throw the ball down the sideline and cough up possession once again. So, France will play the high-speed game, using the space well down the left-hand side. Picked up by Van Liclo, but lost again. This is a better passage of play by Malaysia. Couple of passes and then looking for the high-lying striker down the right-hand side. They've dropped very deep now, Malaysia. They sense that the only way they're going to beat this French side is dropping deep, congesting areas, and then catching him on the counter-attack with one or two of their fast-running players. Saden is the man, number 12 up front, that looks like he's the most dangerous player in the Malaysian side. As the hooter goes for the first quarter, and it's been all France for this first quarter. And France find themselves 1-0 up. And Malaysia have got a lot of talking to do during this little break. So we'll see you after this quarter break. Stay with us. the quick hit. France was slow to get out the dugout. Try to take advantage of that with a quick pushback. And Malaysia really need to get themselves back in the game. They need to get more touches on the ball. They've been playing a lot of long ball overheads, and it just coughed up a lot of possession. And they win themselves a corner here as Monteco from France is adjudged to have impeded the Malaysian player. Sort of going over the top, trying to get in front of the striker, and he just bumps him off the ball and concedes a short corner. So it looks like Kuhan, the captain, who's going to drag flick. Or is it going to be Saden on the second castle? Looks like it's going to be the skipper who goes zigzag. Ball goes in. Keeper does pretty well. He smothers it. Is going to be a reward. Well, was number 7, Aziz. Was he impeded there in the circle? Umpire says no. So Moreau, the number 9 from France, attacks the circle. The ball is judged to be too high. And now the smash down the middle of the fairway for Malaysia. And France have got possession once again. Moreau carries, looks for his number 12, de Klerk. And if he could have gone on the end of that, that would have been a brilliant deflection on the far post. Lots of pressure now from France on the 16. They go aerial. That's their... Go down wide, looking for their number 7, Aziz, who loses possession. So Malaysia continue with their aerial assault on the French. And again, they drop deep now into about a 3/4 press. Monteco with the ball. Well won by Malaysia. Moreau. Lots of pressure on the Malaysians, but they play the ball into touch. Van Lee Kloo is out there left. Quite an attacking force. Condelier plays it out wide. Good skill. And a shot comes in. Good save. And it's going to be a rebound. And a short corner. The sticks impeded on the rebound, and France win themselves another corner. So good work by Monteco, who got on the inside pull and outside and then forced the ball into the circle, got the shot away. And the goalkeeper, Stalemate from Malaysia, makes a good save, and the rebound is just the stick is impeded and a short corner given. So now, is it Moreau or is it Cordelier? Goes to the number 9, but the trap is not good enough. Goes wide again. Shots fired in. And nonchalantly played out like as if he was at the net of a tennis court. On the volley, plays it out of the goals. Well, Iswathrapathran did incredibly well there. He coolly played the ball out the circle as the ball was fired in by the French. Again on the ball now. Adam. Moreau. Beautiful little ball out wide. Played in. Lebre with a good run down the right-hand side, but just goes over the baseline. Lebre got himself into a really good position on the rebound. Just couldn't get that ball away. His stick was impeded there, got the corner. Now a nice little run down the right-hand side, looking for that corner. And putting a good press on the Malaysians now. They go over the top, find the midfield at least. Not 5 meters to the French, so Suhari looking for the man not 5 meters and thinking, well, did he intentionally impede him? No, he didn't. Kuhan, the captain, on the ball now. Over the top. High-line strikers there. Does well. Aziz with the ball. Tries to get it through to Suleiman. Still Malaysian possession in the French final quarter. Quick hit taken, played in. And there an unforced error and a short corner once again for Malaysia. This is a better second quarter for them. Second corner in this period. The French might be thinking to themselves, well, they should have capitalized with all this possession they've had, all the chances they've had. They've had a couple of chances right across the goal face. So, short corner to Malaysia. Kuon at the top. And it's rolled in to the left foot. Well done by the keeper. And the counter-attack is on now through Moreau. He's got men out wide. And now they look to set up the far post, I would imagine. And a cross comes in, but just not enough bite in that. Just not clinical enough. France on the counter. Malaysia comes. The game's opening up. But Saden just can't find his high-line strikers. Good delivery by France. The ball pace has been outstanding by them today. They moved that ball around brilliantly. They're a strong fit side, and I'd imagine they will be right up there by the end of the pool stages. This is a tough Pool B with South Africa and England in the side, and a strong French side. The ball is played in. The French are appealing. They want a corner for not being 5 meters. They don't get it. And Verrier comes in. He's looking for Babette Carrera. He's made a good run towards the baseline, but just can't retrieve that ball. The striker's moving from inside out. Fielded well by the French number 21, Sendas. So 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter. It's been a better period for Malaysia. Malaysia will think to themselves, well, if they can hang in here at only 1-0 with all the pressure they've been under, and they've been able to create a couple of corners, if they can capitalize on that and get a corner and get 1-0 at half-time, that would be a brilliant result so far for them as they hang into this game here. There they go, over the top. Verrier fields that, looks to get it forward. French number 26, Edgidio. That's a good forward run. The Malaysians just happy to sit back, hold, and just get their angles right, and just pick off those passes. So the French have to sort of think to themselves, is it worth going through the middle? They were very, very good in the early stages of the game by sucking the ball in and then going wide and using guys like Cordelier out wide. Well, maybe that's the way they've got to go. Going direct is not going to work for them. I have a funny feeling that this Malaysian side is going to get tired. And the French might find some purchase later on in the game as the Malaysians chase with very precious little of the ball. They're going to get tired as the sun comes out. And the temperature gets a little warmer here. So Montecote gets the ball down the right. On the ball now is Moreau, who gives a lovely little overhead down to the left-hand side. Ball comes into the baseline. Well tackled by Rustam from Malaysia. And it finds the number 17, Cherismadi. So Malaysia have good possession, a good patch of play for them now. French getting a little bit frustrated now, having had all this possession and not capitalizing on all this. Ball's thrown down the line. Held up. It played his high ball there, but he wins the hit, even though it hits the French player above the knee. So, Malaysia, with 5 minutes left of the second half, looking to square things up going into the second. This is better play for them, better build-up play for them. They need to maybe go a little shorter. If they don't, they will go long again and then lose possession. They need to learn a lesson at some stage. Number 8, Lebre, on the ball, holds it up nicely. He's a bit isolated, but does get the hit, does well in that far corner. Van Liclou on the ball now. Lebre. Isolated again. Was he shielding? Umpire says no. Malaysians believe he was shielding the ball with his stick. Now he's gone fives. Gets the big hit in. The Malaysian captain out. The game goes high. Over the top. Montleclerc comes back. Moreau. Great little ball in there. Well dealt with by Malaysia. Captain Kuhan does incredibly well. And it's to the skipper of the French side, Bloch. Montleclerc. Ball played in again. And it's going to be a long corner to France as Kuhan just nudges the ball over the baseline. Quick fire play. Umpire says reward. Ball must be stationary. Verrier. Moreau. Verrier. Played in. Little touch. Stick hack. And a hit to Malaysia. Malaysia play long. And they find their striker. And an exceptionally good tackle once again by Bruno Lucif, who's quick off his line. Goes down on his knees. Plays the stick legitimately outside the circle and makes a fantastic tackle. He's been outstanding every time he's been tested by the Malaysians. He's been out, used his physical presence, used his reach, and been really good. So Saden's had 3 chances on the counter. 3 chances on the counter, and Bruno Lucif has been up to them every time. So, 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Much better for the Malaysians, but they've had a few chances. They've had a few counter chances in this whole game. 3 from Suleiman and a couple of corners. The French have had all the possession. And the Malaysians are living off the scraps. But they're still in it. If they get into the second half, 1-0 down, they'll feel that they can still get something from this game. Better build-up play. And they find the foot and keep possession. And here we go. Malaysians come back hard. They're trying to win a corner. And a bit of a tame shot at goal. And Lucif easily plays it with the left boot. Now the counter from France. Van Lee-Kloo with the ball down the baseline. Pops it back, but there's no one supporting. The Malaysians can come back. They'll love this. They'll love having the game stretched. When they try and use those strikers high up, they need somebody to come back and actually support the ball carrier. Suleiman wins the hit. He just holds up stuff. He just holds up that ball. So the captain comes to start proceedings again. Work it in the top area of the field. Long corner for Malaysia with 20-odd seconds left. They look to go maybe direct and actually try to find a corner. Try to find a French foot. And they do exactly that. They do the right thing to try and get something out of that. Maybe an unforced error, a penalty corner in this late stages. And there goes the hooter. It's the end of the first half. And it's France 1, Malaysia 0. So join us after the halftime break for this third quarter of this encounter, the B pool fixture over 45 men's here at Western Province Cricket Club in Cape Town, South Africa. Malaysia 1-0, France 1.
We are fascinated by the mindsets and the habits that make individuals and teams perform at another level. Let us be your thought partners and transformational coaches. Are you part of a team and you are wanting to gain insight into what ingredients need to be in the mix to take your team to a whole new level of performance? Partner with us. We want to be your transformational coaches.
At thehockeysite.com, it's about what happens in the locker room. Thinking about the game. It's about planning and preparation. And about training and improving those skills. Looking at it from different angles. But of course, it's also about teaching them to score and win. thehockeysite.com. Share the knowledge.
That waiting for the gun, the nerves are just too much, thinking about what is about to go down.
There goes the horn to start the race.
No, I think it's really amazing. And now the whole setup and people are dressed up.
We're giving something, I think, to the people. It's just fantastic.
The support on the side of the road is second to none, and that gives you the extra oomph.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. The scenery is beyond what I could imagine. I seriously enjoyed it. I met so many wonderful people on the way.
Really enjoying Cape Town. People seem to really appreciate artwork here, which is really nice.
Come and visit Cape Town. We are waiting for you with open arms. We welcome you here. It will remain a city of hope and opportunity for everyone, not just in Cape Town, but around the country and the world.
And he takes the tape.
Cape Town is open, safe and ready to host you.
Have been living off scraps from the French. The French attack down the left-hand side through Barbette Carrera to Verrier, and that's a beautiful ball. Moreau just gets the hit outside the circle. Ferreira with a very nice ball. Attacking options are plenty for the French. Moreau on the ball now to his skipper, who has to retrieve on the reverse deck, Nicholas Bloch. And the smash comes in for the far post. Again, it's well dealt with at first by the Malaysians, but after that, it just rolls onto the foot of Kaile. So the Malaysians are anticipating that the ball goes out wide, and then the big smash comes into the circle, and they've putting numbers into the circle. I still think the French need to be a little bit more patient and use the wide areas to attack. But they've got a corner, and their number 9, Moreau, and Cordelia are on the top of the castles. Injection comes in to the first hit, and it's a straight strike. The rebound comes, but it's up in the air, in danger, and a real war to France. So Ghazali does well. He goes down on the old-fashioned log, but he gets injured in the process. So you can see often now the log and the straight shots coming back into hockey. It's been absent for a number of years. So Moreau on the ball. It goes out wide round, and the hit comes in, and it's a good save. Ghazali lies down, takes it on the glove, and the ball is adjudged to be too high. So it's a hit to Malaysia. Kuan now marches the ball up. And the French happy to go into a 3-quarter press. He tries the aerial route. Mopped up by the French, who've got numbers aplenty in the midfield and wide. So, Viria to Moreau. Out wide. Looks to build again. And that 50-50 pass is played, and the Malaysians will love that because they can sit back and just intercept those long passes where maybe they should be playing short. Now they're on the counter-attack. Aziz does well, gets the hit. But there's a bit of a waste of time, and can't retrieve the ball and get a free hit, so the French will put numbers behind the ball. The Malaysians happy to slow things down, but there was the quick counter that was just in the quick ball after that infringement that was needed. And the hit comes in, it's too smashed quite high. And a nice little ball over the top for the French, but unfortunately, Barbet Carrera cannot retrieve. So, Iswara Pathan will get proceedings underway again with a hit on the sideline. He's got a good base around the back, but he goes over the top. Verrier takes control of that and just deflects it over, unintentionally over the sideline. So Malaysia coming back into this game. Kuan plays it down the line, looking for his high-line strikers. Van Lee Kloo can't get himself out of that left-hand side channel. And now France have won possession again. They've got the speed, they've got the skill. And a lovely ball through from Cordelia. Ball in there. Oh. And the deflection comes in from Lebre. Good build-up play. Cordelia, who is quick with fast hands, is able to bounce off that right foot and change the angle and move left from right to left, almost across the grain. So it's 1-0, a penalty corner by Moreau in the first half. And since then, there have been a counter-attacks from Malaysia, a couple of 3 or so counter-attacks in 2 corners, but it's mainly been France who've had a lot of build-up play, but Malaysia are hanging in here. And France are just not making use of all their possession they've had. The ball comes in again. Malaysia happy to, again, to put numbers in that area. They lose the ball, trying to run the ball out of defense. And Egidio trying to work his way through. So, the counter, Viria on the ball. Plays it back to Moreau. De Klerk to the live wire, Cordelia. Cordelia loses the ball, but does well to get back on defense. He's getting a little bit frustrated there. Maybe temper's starting to flare. Umpire says this has calmed things down a bit. Cordelia apologizes. And they shake hands. So, game's underway again. Malaysia, possession just inside French territory. Showing a little bit more control now. Moving the ball. Keeping possession for longer periods. And that's going to be the key, because they can't run and chase these French all day long. Long ball. Matterson just winning the ball for Malaysia. Sulaiman now trying to work it. Umpire asks him to put it on the spot again. Suhari now. Umpire wanting the ball on the exact spot. So calling the Malaysians back again. Suhari now moves off the ball and gives it to his skipper, Kuihan. And Suhari gets himself into a high area rather. And he leaves the ball. Suhari, quite cleverly, no one reading that, getting on that 45-degree angle for the deflection. So the player stops because he's heard the whistle on the B field. And it's number 46, Cohen, on the ball now. Out to Cordelia. Cordelia to Moreau. Viria fires it in. Deflection. Well played. Well played by the goalkeeper. Kazali stands up proud. They lose the ball again, Malaysia. From just working so hard to win that hit. And then playing it down the middle again and losing that ball. Again, a good defensive effort now from the Malaysians, keeping the French at bay. Number 21, Senless, is out wide, but the ball is intercepted by Malaysia. Senless. Moreau. Played down the line, Cordelia. Ball gets in again. Oh, just can't get the touch that they require to get the shot away. Cohen in the right position, but just needed the first touch to be right. Ball played in again. The Malaysians make the tackle and now look to counter. Ball's smashed high. Bruno Lucif off his line does well as they look for Saden up front. The ever-present and the ever-dangerous Saden. Cordelia. Montecart on the ball, looking for support, goes back to Verrier. Verrier out now to Moreau. Verrier again, plays it in, little touch, no foot. Malaysia win it and win the hit. So same story every time. Wave after wave of French attack to be foiled by a congested circle from the Malaysians. The Malaysians struggle to get the ball out of defense after that. And another wave of attack from the French. Moreau. Montecart. Little touch again. Can't find the foot. They've tried that every time. Little touch and the ball comes in. And there's just no striker in position to get the tip in. So some quality ball coming across the circle for France. You've got to get some strikers arriving late. Some of them are standing in areas rather than just arriving late and getting that tip in. So France going back into a three-quarter press. They were able to press higher early on in the game, but they might be just thinking about doing that maybe in the fourth quarter, saving some legs for that final quarter and a final assault on Malaysia. So Verrier on the ball. To Egidio. Salanson down the right-hand side, plays it into Cordelia. Verrier. And the ball just goes wide. And out. Malaysia breathe again. Slow things down. And we'll start to rework this. Here comes the interception from the French. And Kele does pretty well to get a stick in and play it over the sideline. Cohen again with a good interception. But Kele just holds his line and puts a stick in there and foils Cohen. As Cordelia, who's a live wire today, has possession now. Just can't find his way through. He's got all the skill and the speed in the side. I'd like to see him running at this Malaysian defense more. Getting himself into sort of the right inside midfield area where he is now. And actually run at them with that kind of speed and skill. They don't have many tacklers who are low flat stick tacklers. He might be able to get some perches, some corners, just by running straight at them. Winning something for France. So things have slowed down in this third quarter. And time's been taken as one of the Malaysian players is down. He just twisted his ankle. As you can see, there are a few dry patches on the turf as the needs a bit of water. Early on this morning, we had some rain. But now the sun's out and the southeasters come through in Cape Town. The southeaster blows and normally takes all those rain clouds away. If the southeaster's blowing, you're in luck in Cape Town. Northwester, you know the rain's coming in from the sea. So as the pitch gets dry, obviously it gets a little bit harder. On the footwork, as you do sometimes get your boots stuck in the dry turf. Long ball. And the big stick hack coming in from Kaka. Cordelier. Moreau. To Salanson. To the top of the area, and here comes the big hit. Yep, 23. Suleiman comes in on the tackle, halfway up the stick. Very lucky it was just outside the 23-meter area, otherwise it would have been a short corner. So deliberate infringement just outside the area. Ball gets played in. Some dangerous play there, but the French coming in from the wrong side. So Lebre coming in from the wrong side there, just nearly gets a stick to the head. Moreau gets it wide. And the step in on that pass again. The Malaysians have done really well. Just every time that ball's come in, they've just timed that step to perfection and just stopped any assault from the French. They've held their lines. They haven't stepped up hard and committed themselves. As the pass comes in, they've stepped into the space and really frustrated the French. And that's the end of the third quarter. It remains France 1. Malaysia 0. Please join us for the final quarter after the break. The final quarter, 17 minutes. And are there going to be a few twists in the tail here? France deservedly 1-0 up, and they could have been more. Malaysia hanging in there. Are they going to provide a little sucker punch and get a goal back and make it 1-0 and make it a grand finale here in the final minutes of this fourth quarter? They've got their high-lying strikers who are pretty dangerous. But any assaults with the counter on the French goal has been thwarted by Bruno Lucif, who is an imposing figure in the French goal and is quick to get out of his box and close down advancing strikers. Kuhan, the captain of Malaysia, has just been instrumental in calming things down and just playing the different zones. He knows exactly what he wants to do and where he wants the ball, but he's frustrated the French today. So not 5 meters. So they retain possession. Again, Kuyan under a lot of pressure. Verrier loses the ball, gets it into Suhari. And Lucif just plays it out over the sideline. Cordelia putting pressure, forcing Malaysia back. Ishwari Pathan, who now drives through the right, hits high. Well dealt with by the French. Bloch, the captain, comes out of there. Verrier just moving it out wide. Cordelier on the ball now, back to Verrier. And the final pass just goes astray. At this stage of the game, you've got to find the stick. These players are tired. They just got to put it on the front stick. The French started off so well. Ball pace was high, energy was high, and they just lost a bit of that impetus as the game's gone on. Cohen now comes on the left wing area. He's got himself into areas. High up when crosses have come in, just hasn't been able to convert. Bloch fields that well. Dos Santos down the right and gets it to Verrier. The reverse stick pass. And Kuhan tries to clear. Verrier again. Good ball out wide. Malaysians force the French wide and over the baseline. Van Liclou is just forced too wide there. If he could come on the inside, set up the far post, but Malaysia's quite happy for him to go down the baseline there. Suhari giving chase, and he keeps the ball in for Malaysia. Ball comes across, and the ever-present Bruno Lucif clears with the left boot. Suhari doing very, very well on keep that ball in play. Malaysia now on the 23-meter area in the final quarter of France. And they'll be pushing hard to look for a corner. Nice little skill from Suhari. Sorry, that was Suleiman with that skill. The ball played through the middle again, over the baseline. So are the French just happy to win this game 1-0? They just don't seem to have that same intent now. You need to up the ante. Moreau, who got the ball out nice and wide for the attack to de Klerk. And they're in behind. Pass gun's going to come across. Oh, he couldn't find Cordelier. Cordelier was in a perfect position just to sweep that ball in. So, long corner. De Klerk gets the ball going. And Moreau just runs the ball and wins his side a long corner. Montecourt on Verrier. Cohen just trying to slap that ball in. Just gets too much stick on that, or too little stick on that. Kuon looking for options. And he goes long and high. Verrier. Moreau. Van Liclou. And the ball just bobbles out over the baseline. Better build-up play. Barbet Carrera just struggling to trap that. Here we go, ball. Van Liclou gets it. Little touch. Cordelier, he's the danger man. And uncharacteristically doesn't strike the ball well enough. Falls over. But he's really been one of France's top players today. The way he's got speed, he's got skill. I really thought he was going to put that home. Nine minutes, 9.5 minutes left. French gone to a three-quarter press at this stage. Ishwara Pathan looking for Saidan up high. Malaysia do win the ball. Ball comes into the circle now. France look to get the ball out of this defensive area. Danger time for them at 1-0 up. Cohen down the left-hand side channel looking for support. He finds it from Barbet Carrera. Plays it to Moreau. Gets it into the high area for Cohen to receive again. Game's on again. Montecourt does well to do the quick free hit and wins France a hit outside the D. Ball goes in and the corner is won by Barbet Carrera as it's FRA and he finds the foot. Crucial stage of the game now. France would love to kill it off now and get that second goal. The longer Malaysia stay in this game with 7-8 minutes to go, the more they think that they could squeak a little equalizer late in the game. So Faria at the top of the D with Cordelier. Goes to Cordelier, goes with the drag, and it gets a deflection, and it's a long corner. You can see the injection was a bit slow. Malaysia were out to get out there and compete pretty well at the top of the D as the pitch gets drier and drier. Egidio on the ball, finds the foot. More sustained pressure for France. And well won by the skipper of Malaysia. Well, Bloch had to stop that. If he missed that, there was Suleiman in behind. So Verrier comes through. The reverse stick pass is good, but it's adjudged to be on the wrong side of the stick. Aerial ball. Bloch does well to retrieve that. Into de Klerk. Bloch again. Cordelia. Cohen. Egedio. Back to Cordelia, who loses to the Malaysian captain, Kuhan. Verrier. Malaysia get advantage now to counteract. It's through Suleiman. So Saden does well to keep possession as Suleiman gets the ball up to Saden, and Saden just holds up possession. Saden as well, looking for a short corner. Game bit's played on. Umpire waves it on. Moreau. Some tired bodies out here. Lots and lots of space outside on the right. Monteco. Oh, good little inside run now. Good just look to get the corner. Comes out of there. Moreau in with it. Looking for the tip in. Ball's blocked. Saden holding the ball up, wins the hit. Looks for his high runners. Can't see any and decides, well, Captain Kuan, you take it over. You find my high-line guys. Here we go. Suleiman wins possession on top of the circle. 4.5 minutes left. Is there a twist in this match? In the final minutes. 1-0 up to France. Umpire asks the ball to be placed on the right spot. Kuan, who has controlled everything today for Malaysia, keeps possession. Looks to get it. Looking for that corner. So the game is almost slowed down now to a standstill for the French. French sort of hanging in there a bit. Cordia, the lovely skill. And Cohen gets the ball in a very, very good area. Sorry, Robert Carrera gets the ball in a good area. Same hairstyles. Albert Carrera putting a bit of pressure on the Malaysian centre-back. Moreau coming through the middle of the field. Looks for Cordia, and a little tip in from him. Well saved by the Malaysian keeper. Moreau threads that ball through beautifully. And Cordelia just needed to trap that. He goes for the little deflection, rather, as the French still come in. And it's a long corner to France in the dying minutes. 2.5 minutes left in this game. Ball gets played out to Moreau. And that ball is high and dangerous from Cohen. So, last chances for Malaysia to equalize here. The high ball comes in. Verrier steps in to try and field that. Veria to Moreau. Two instrumental players in this midfield. The long ball out to Vadli Klou, who really worked well down the left-hand side in the first quarter. They just haven't got him into those kind of positions in this second half. Wide and attacking the tee. Veria. Moreau. One minute left. The French quite happy to play it out wide, get it in, find the corner. Oh, we need some help from the assistant umpire. Looked like he had found the corner, or won the corner for his team. A crucial one as well, with 40-odd seconds or 50 seconds at that stage on. But now they're still pinned back in their own half. The Malaysians, the crowd here, egging them on to come and press high and win something in these last 30 seconds. France go over the top. And the winner hit. Well, last chance saloon. Big smash. Hits the foot. Play on, says the umpire. And France look for safety now as they run the ball down the left-hand side, and there we safe. So the hooter goes. So in this Pool B game, France win 1-0 against Malaysia. Some tired bodies out there. France dominated possession. Malaysians did well in congesting the goals, the D, and stepping and counteracting any wave after wave of attack by the French, and then used the overhead to good effect to try and counteract. I must say, Bruno Lucif in the French goal was able to smother any counter-attack from the Malaysians. But a good win for France, and 1-0 France over Malaysia. Do join us again for the next match.